Hello guys, and welcome to a new thing that I'm gonna start trying. I'm not sure how well you can see or if you can really see or even hear me, but I'm gonna go through this like you can, and I'm gonna be reviewing some TCAP predators from now on. Well, at least a few of them. So this is personally one of my favorite predators to hate. Uh, he's really just arrogant through the entire thing, and it's kind of funny watching him be arrogant while backing himself into a hole. And that is, of course, Jeff Sokol, uncut, and I think this is the walls. Yeah, the walls uncut. You want to? So let's go ahead and get started. This first part is just gonna be Chris talking, but after that, it should be the entirety of the interview and interaction with Chris.
What you see being edited behind me, you can see nowhere else. It is more compelling and disturbing than virtually anything you can watch on TV today. It is my complete interview with Jeff Sokol. He surfaced in our predator investigation in Fairfield, Connecticut. A little bit of it aired on my syndicated show Crime Watch Daily, but now here on Hansen vs. Predators, you'll see the whole thing. Sokol came with food and an appetite for sex. He left after a very aggressive interview with me in handcuffs.
Before we get into it, I just want to say that, well, this is a perfect freeze frame. Chris doesn't look too well anymore, and, I also kind of disagree about this being one of the worst things you can see on TV nowadays. I mean, obviously it's one of the worst real things, but, gore or anything like that, you can get much worse. However, their explicit chats, especially guys like Sokol, who were so confident in their ability, tend to be extremely disgusting and disturbing, and I might have to start doing a little bit of reading of those. I admit I'm a bit of a newer TCAPper. I haven't read all the chats yet, but I'll get there. So let's go ahead. He's driving up right now. Sealing his fate. My god, they have like 17 different cameras everywhere. Look at this guy. You see, the worst part is that he doesn't look like your predator or average
Over here.
predator.
You can come in this way. Sorry about that. Come on in.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Did you find the house okay?
No, because it's really dark out. So.
How long did it take you to get here?
I don't know, it's like 2.5 hours.
Something I've never noticed before is how he looks out of the window. How he looks out of the window
because
as
it's really
soon
dark
as he...
out. So.
How long did it take you to get here?
Yeah, he kind of glances out the window. I don't know if that's because she said, or asked him whether or not he saw or found the house okay or anything like that. I'm also intrigued on how much he paid for that full meal that he's bringing in and how much he actually got to eat of it. But, yeah, let's go ahead and continue.
I don't know, it's like 2.5 hours.
That's a long drive.
Yeah. Alright.
Sorry, I'm really nervous.
Oh, you gonna give me a hug?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I know I'm stopping this a lot, but, so, I want to go on the fact that, Nervous Nelly here, kind of commented on the fact of it being a long drive. I think he came to meet, was it a 13-year-old? Someone extremely younger, definitely not 14 or above. And, I'm kind of curious as to whether someone of that age would have a frame of reference. And another thing is how she immediately mirrors him as soon as he goes in for that hug of his. She's already on the other side. She truly is nervous. I believe her on that, but she's not nervous for the reason Jeff thinks she's nervous.
I'll settle into it.
Okay.
So, what kind of pizza you got? Just
The small pizza is like almost as big as the big one. So I didn't know that. 'Cause, like you said small, I thought it'd be like a really small one.
Yeah.
I said big one. So it's pretty big.
sorry.
You
Oh my
okay?
god,
I'm
he's
working.
rambling.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I am. I'm fine.
I've just never done this before.
I know.
Have you?
No, not really. I mean,
Are you telling me the truth?
I've met girls online, but I don't like come like this far to like meet someone. I don't know why
It's
I
kind
don't know.
of crazy, huh?
So, interesting thing about that line right there is that, he's being asked if he had ever done it before Chris Hansen comes out, so we're kind of to believe that he still thinks this is a completely real thing. And maybe he lied because, well, I couldn't see why he would lie to the decoy if he didn't know. So it's very possible he hasn't, but his demeanor kind of gives him the opposite vibe, pretty much. He seems like a guy who's done this before. He's perfectly confident, and maybe it's just kind of normal to him now.
It is crazy. Yeah, why did you let me come?
Yeah, why?
If you're so nervous.
It seems like a good idea, and you seem nice.
Because you're about to get arrested, man.
Why do you think I came?
I think I know.
Such a disturbing question, too.
It's not the only reason. It's not the reason.
What's the reason?
I'm not just, been talking to you for a while, and you seem like really cool to hang out with, and someone that I'd like to meet, and I wanted to check out the situation.
Well, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's deal with this whole contract thing, because I'm just going to be thinking about it the whole time.
I don't remember if Chris mentioned it in the beginning part, or actually he's probably about to explain it, I think. But yeah, Jeff brought a supposed contract, which I'll let Chris explain and maybe elaborate, or I'll elaborate if I feel it's needed.
Until we get that out of the way.
This document was something
Yeah.
Sokol put together after some research on the internet to protect himself from getting in trouble for having sex with a 13-year-old girl. He talked about it in the chat along with a lot of other graphic topics. It didn't work.
So, from my interpretation of that, I believe it was some kind of a marriage contract. Some, like, so she could get married to him before turning 18 and thus, make it legal. That's from my understanding. I very well could be wrong about that, though. So, don't quote me on it.
Let's eat, and we can talk about it.
Okay. There's plates behind you if you want to grab one.
Huh?
There's plates behind you if you want to grab one. Do you want a water or anything?
No.
Okay.
Man, well, I got this for in case we.
Alright, I'll grab a water.
All right, it will help.
What is that?
You want to eat at the table? Or what do you want to do?
Don't you just take here?
Did he bring orange juice? Also, I just noticed the cupcakes. I don't think she offered them, did he? Or did she? That's odd. She offered them to most other predators, if I remember right.
Yeah, I expected it to be like 2.5 hours. So.
You're from the Boston area, you said?
Yeah. Can I wash my hand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have some family that lives up there. It's pretty nice.
Do you?
Yeah, I've been to Faneuil Hall.
Where's your family? Like, what part of Boston?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Boston's so confusing. It's wicked confusing.
Okay.
I'll try to be cool.
Oh, it's okay.
We'll work on it.
I mean, you look.
I never saw that before. How she just suddenly says I'm sorry for no apparent reason. Maybe he was giving her a weird look, but I also find it weird how he asked her what part of Boston her family was in. Seeing as, usually a child of this age wouldn't have a frame of reference and probably not even the memory unless it was some really big deal. I'm not even sure if they gave her a place, hence why she's just gave a I don't know type answer.
Look great.
Thanks.
You just look different than what than like in the pictures. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I expected you to have dark hair. Did you?
My hair it lightens up in the summer.
And no, I'm not saying. I mean, I think you look
don't
great.
like it?
I think you look great. I'm just saying, like you look different. Yeah, than I thought.
Yeah.
But no, nothing wrong with
Well, you
that.
never can tell with online things,
What about me? Do I look different?
I mean, you look different.
And that's just him fishing for compliments, but God, the way that their talk progresses, it kind of reminds me of like going over to a friend's house and like eating dinner and then just your friend having to go to the bathroom, so you're left in the dining room with their parents or something. It's very awkward, and you can very easily see a dichotomy in confidence and meekness, obviously. Little does he know that confidence isn't gonna help him at all in the coming half an hour for him.
I'm not saying better or worse, just different.
Quarter of an hour, sorry.
I have cupcakes too, if you want.
Let's see. Did you make them?
Look at those. Do you think I made those?
Oh, they do
Never
mention the
mind, yeah.
cupcakes. Okay,
Do you want to use plates or do you want to just? eat
Whatever you
them?
want. We're pretty casual here.
Okay.
pretty casual.
I'm like too nervous to eat.
They don't have
Well, you already
plates.
ate, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I was wondering if you were gonna be like how would you be? Like, would you be nervous? Would you be like totally like you've done this before?
Oh,
that
definitely
type of
haven't
thing?
done this before.
Like, I don't know. You just seemed very like.
Oh, and she probably wasn't even lying about that. She's an actor, if I remember right, so she probably never has done this before. And I also find it interesting about how he supposedly came here to see whether or not she'd be nervous. I think it'd be extremely unusual for a child of this age to not be nervous around this guy. I mean, yeah. So, horrible posture. Gotta work on that.
You didn't seem nervous at all when I talked to you, and just in
Well,
general.
it's different when you're talking to someone online versus like
person.
coming to their house
I
and
know,
meeting
I
them.
know.
That's true.
I just
That's
gotta
true.
Take something. This isn't drugs. It's just a.
Yeah, no, by all means. Here, drink water.
It's something that I take before I eat.
In the middle of it all, Sokol pulls out a medicine bottle. You can see it on the video. He takes a pill, apparently in preparation for what he thinks is going to be a big night ahead.
Okay, so I want to stop you right there because so Chris is kind of insinuating that he was popping like a Viagra or some kind of pill because he's old and needs it. However, I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of debate, but I think more likely it's just heartburn medicine, so that the pizza doesn't mess with him too much. But I mean, I can guess it's seen both ways. Just like Justin McFetridge said, "Well, I can see both ways." But yeah, so let's go ahead and continue on with that.
What have you been doing all day?
I'm just hanging out, watching TV, Netflix and stuff.
What's that?
I have no idea. Do you want me to check?
Somebody
I think they just heard
No.
some of the crew. Or maybe
What
she
pizza
was
we have
saying that.
tonight? Who's this? I'll get to that in a minute. Who are you?
I'm sorry. I wanna savor this moment really quick. Sorry.
Do you want me to check?
Somebody here.
No.
What kind of pizza we have tonight? Who's this? I'll get to that in a minute. Who are you?
Who are you?
You tell me first. You're Jeff, right?
Yeah.
And what are you doing here?
Ooh, that had to hurt a lot. See, Jeff doesn't seem like the kind of guy who gets in confrontation very much, especially not in a wit sense. So, for Chris to kind of like push out that he already has some insider knowledge on Jeff, kind of, I can see how that would probably get Jeff shaken. And even if he isn't shaking on the outside, I can't imagine he's doing too well on the inside. Also, that's one of my favorite Chris Hansen surprise moments. Right below, it's actually right below Justin. Justin's high on my list right now for whatever reason. Where Chris just comes out and he's like, "Well, I wasn't planning on doing nothing." But yeah. There you go.
Hanging out.
Hanging out with whom?
Hanging out.
Her.
Who's her?
I want to know who you are.
I think
I want to know a little bit more about you.
I think he forgot her name. He very well forgot, or may have forgotten her name. That might be an indicator that he was talking to multiple. Pardon me. Multiple minors, or just a lot of people, or that he just doesn't want to give out any information of any kind.
First.
Can I eat first?
Sure, go ahead.
Tell me who you are, because, I didn't know there would be other people here.
Well, what did you expect to happen here tonight, Jeff?
Didn't have any expectations.
No expectations whatsoever.
No.
And that's a lie. Like, obviously that's a lie. But the fact that Jeff would try to, like, Jeff seems like in everyday normal circumstances a very charismatic kind of guy. Even if you don't like him, I don't like him at all. I hate this man. But he seems like he knows his way around a conversation. And he must know that lying like that when Chris already has a little bit of information that you didn't even know about can't be good for him. And I don't think he thinks it's more of like a lie out of desperation. Just kind of, oh, I'm not guilty. I wasn't here for that. I was here for something other than that. And if that happened, then maybe. But even maybe gets you sentenced to prison, as we see with a lot of these predators.
So you drove 2.5 hours
Sure did.
from Boston
Who are you?
to come here
He's
Are
scared.
you her dad?
to meet a young girl.
Are you,
He
are
is.
you her
I
dad?
will get to that in a minute.
Huh?
Go ahead, have a bite.
Wow. I haven't done anything wrong.
God, that's disgusting.
How old are you?
What does it matter?
I'd like to know.
And Chris obviously has a power in this situation, but I just noticed that Jeff's eyes are extremely bugged out, a lot more bugged out than before, and I can't tell if the light was shining on him so hard before or if it's just the angle, but he seems to be glistening, so he might be sweating a little bit. Camera, or not camera, but the video quality's a little bit hard for me to tell.
I haven't done anything wrong. Coming to meet somebody? What's wrong? What is that against
Coming
the
to
law?
meet a young girl?
Yeah, is that
It's
against the law?
intent.
It is after this chat.
How?
That's intent. Showing up is hell, just chatting is considered intent. The chat is alone enough as Chris likes to stress that the chat is enough to get you convicted, much less showing up.
Did you bring some kind of a contract with you? Some sort of marriage contract?
See, he's laughing and
Let's
smiling.
see if any of this sounds familiar.
He's laughing and smiling, try to diffuse all that stress that's going on right now for him and internally. But yeah, that's definitely some type of facade.
While you enjoy your pizza. I should come see you on Saturday. Well, since your mom isn't home, it's the best time to do it. I would, but only if you want me to. You say, I can't go to jail. My life would be ruined.
Right.
Could be locked up for 20 years.
Oh my god.
And then you say, do you trim your blank?
Okay.
Now you know that this girl is 13, right?
Yes.
Wasn't sure.
She's told you.
Yeah.
No.
Lies. Yeah, and again, it's another lie, just from desperation. However, with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead, pause, and probably do a second part if desired. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.